Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Noelle and I do unboxings here, mostly lifestyle subscription boxes, but also some stationery, books, beauty, jewelry, and even a dash of Disney. So if you like unboxings, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell. And if you're already subscribed, thanks so much for being here and welcome back. Today I have the July-August Confetti Collection to share with you. Confetti Collection is a bi-monthly subscription that is very budget friendly at just $19.99 per box plus $5 in shipping. And obviously, if you do a longer subscription, you can get an even better deal. It's always an interesting assortment of items. Sometimes there's some stationery, sometimes there's like giftable items or gift wrapping accessories. Sometimes there's like party supplies, but it's always very like cute and colorful, and you definitely get your money's worth. So far it's been kind of fun, but you just never know what you're gonna get. They really don't do any sort of spoilers or anything. So I'm very interested to see what we've got, because this box is so heavy. It feels like it's got some like books in it, so maybe that's the case. I can't imagine that we would have that much stationery, but it feels like there's like a couple of reams of paper in here. So we're gonna get into it. Now they always have a ton of packing of the items themselves. So we've got this bubble wrap, and then that is usually holding another bundle inside. So let me get into it. They always have really pretty like kind of sparkly cream foozles though, or paper shred, that I usually save for giveaways or just my own sort of wrapping and stuff. So they do have a little Confetti Collection sticker here, and I'm just gonna slide that open so we can get on into our bundle. So it actually looks like there's a smaller bundle on top. Sometimes it has come like shrink wrapped in more plastic, so I appreciate that it's just tissue paper this time. One, because it's a little bit easier for me to open up quickly here on camera, but also it seems a little less wasteful. I mean, that is one of the unfortunate things about subscription boxes, is there is a lot of packing waste, but I do my best to recycle most of it. So it does look like we've got some party supplies in here, because basically I turned the bundle upside down, so we're kind of going from the bottom up. But let's see. So I spoke too soon, you guys. There is some plastic wrap bundling things up, and it looks like our theme for this box is late summer picnic. It says, cook your favorite meals to celebrate the ones you love. Use the recipe book and meal planner to help organize your busy week. So I'm guessing that that is what's giving this box so much weight. Let me just cut some of this open. They always have some major adhesive on these little note cards. So I'm gonna put this off to the side so I remember. And if you guys ever want to see more close-ups and stuff, just remember that I do have an Instagram account. It's just Maui_Noelle. I'll leave the link for that in the description below. And I often do a lot of like flat lays and just product close-ups. So it is, like I said, some like kind of party, like kitchen supplies. I guess this isn't really enough for like a big party, but we're not really having big gatherings anyway, but certainly nice to have some fancy paper napkins. This is by C.R. Gibson, which is kind of their company, so it's a lot of their in-house products. It's 16 3-ply guest dinner napkins. So this is kind of fun. I'm not like, this isn't like a pattern that I would pick out for myself, but I do like that these colors will transition from late summer right into fall, because they are kind of darker instead of super bright. So we do have the napkins, and then it looks like we've got some little bowls, kind of shallow ones. I kind of like this little like pattern, like kind of a floral pattern, kind of a boho pattern. It says there's 8 coated luncheon dessert plates, so yes, you could use it for dessert or maybe like a little side salad. 8 of those, and then we have 2 sets of the dinner plates. So, and they do have kind of like a nice side to them, so you could definitely put something that might be a little bit runny in these plates. So these are pretty. I mean, it's nice to have a matching set. I have a very limited amount of storage space, but I do kind of have my party, you know, disposable plateware and silverware like section in my hutch. So it is nice. We got 2 sets of these 8 plates, but then you only got 1 set of the bowls, and then we got 16 of the napkins. So you could definitely have a party of 16, but really it'd probably be like 2 parties of 8, and only 1 time do you get to use the bowls. But that's all right. It's a cute set. Like I said, not necessarily a pattern and colors that I would pick out for myself, but sometimes it is really nice, especially in the summer, or you're using your grill or whatever, just to make sure that it's a night where you don't have to do any dishes afterwards. So I'll definitely find use for these, even if I'm not actually having friends over. And part of this little this little set was also these really cute straws that have like little decorations on them. And it looks like there are 6 of each of 2 designs. So I'm just gonna pull them out of the plastic so you guys can see. These are really cute paper straws, my nemesis, paper straws. But if you are gonna have them and you're gonna kind of be fancy and make some like summer cocktails, these are awfully sweet. And I do think this like little display is really cute. So that's kind of fun, and you know, something again that you can definitely use for a party or just for fun to kind of have some fanciness in your home life, all these home cooked meals that we're all doing. So it looks like that was that whole bundle. And then I think that all that's going to be remaining is the recipe book that they mentioned. And like I said, that is probably the weight of the box. So I know I said that there was usually a bunch of like cream foozles in this box, but this time we're like, that's it. That's the bottom of the box. It's actually, they actually warranted this big of a box, because no matter what, it always comes in the same box, and a lot of times it seems like wasted space. So man, there is a bunch of stuff. Okay, well, I'm happy to see that it's not just albums, but these are like, this is like a hefty album. I don't know that I actually honestly have space in my kitchen for it. I'm kind of happy to see that it's like sort of plain though. It's not like bright and floral and, you know, just like not my style. It kind of looks like a little like sleeker. So let's get into it and see what we've got. Now this doesn't look like a meal planner. It looks like some kind of canvas bag maybe. Let me open this up. I'm hoping it tells us exactly what it is. So it's kind of, oh, this is interesting. So it's a wine bag, but it's like very like waxed canvas. Like it feels like it's almost like waterproof, but it does have that sort of square shape. So right here, but like this is like heavy duty. This is not like one of your regular gift bags out of paper. This is definitely some heavy duty waxed canvas. So I feel like it would be very nautical. You could take it on like a yacht party, because you know I get invited to those so often. Let's see what it says. Again, by C.R. Gibson. It just says it's a wine tote. So this might be like a wine tote where you actually want to bring it home with you at the end of the night instead of gifting it to someone. But it does seem like nice and reusable, and I do really like the colors on that. So okay, I'm happy with a like heavy duty wine tote. I would like to have the wine that goes with it as well. Now here is our heavy duty weekly meal planner. So wow, this is big. It's here it is. And it's got a giant magnet on the back, but like I don't think that this magnet would actually hold it on your refrigerator. It says it's $11.95, so that's like more than half the value of the box. So with everything, again, you're definitely going to get your value. I've said it before, but I have a black, very scratchable refrigerator, so I would never put something quite that heavy on this. I think Sue from Reviews with Sue said the same thing, and when I was watching her video, I was like, I have a scratchy black refrigerator too. But I should be better about this. This would be very helpful because we have been doing sort of like epic grocery hauls where we go to like Costco and the main grocery store and a Trader Joe's, and then it's always like sort of a what's going bad first. That's what's for dinner tonight. That's how we're gonna decide what we're eating tonight, is which produce looks a little iffy. But it might be helpful if we like used a meal planner, and if I say we, I mean me in this case, but certainly that would be helpful. It's kind of nice. You don't have to use it as a meal planner either. It could just be your like little desk organizer as well, and you could just maybe decorate the top of that with some washi tape and make it your weekly planner, because it is nice and big. So I do like that it's got on the side here a little grocery list section. I wish it was like perforated though, because that would make sense if you like had your meal planner and then you like had this little grocery list on the side that you could just tear off. And then finally, man, everything is balancing very precariously here on my desk. Like I said, we've got this very hefty, so everything was by C.R. Gibson this time, very, very hefty leatherette recipe organizer with a tie clasp envelope, 9 tab dividers, and 24 recipe cards. And it does have some plastic wrap on it that I'm not going to take off, so forgive the glare. But I think it's pretty nice looking, actually. Forgive all of that reflection. It's got this gold utensils here, and then it's got like kind of like an old photograph album. It's got the little gold corners. And then inside we've got our culinary reference guide. So that's kind of nice in terms of telling us like, oh, it's got freshness tips for your broccoli and cauliflower. It's got storage tips. It's got a little like directory of like recipe terms, like what it is to baste and to fold, which I feel like most of us kind of know. It does have some little recipe cards in here. And then you can see there's actually little slots in these plastic sleeves so that you can pull those out. And this has been like kind of a theme. I've definitely gotten several like recipe cards, recipe like the card holders, like the little old school boxes in different boxes. I think this is actually really nice, especially if you do any of those like meal planning kits. I know a lot of them come with little recipe cards. So if you found recipes that you liked from those meal planning kits, you could just slide those into this binder. I know that I used to like to try to do that with like recipes that I would find in magazines. I'd like to put them in a plastic sleeve so that I could go back to them instead of just having like tear out sheets. So that is definitely something I could consider doing, although these days I don't actually get any print magazines. I usually just find recipes online, in which case they're all saved online and then I can just pull them up on my iPad, so I don't really need to have them in paper form like sitting out on one of those nice book stands. And again, I've said it so many times, you guys, but I have a tiny kitchen, so the counter space is super limited to have something this big sitting out. I do like that there are dividers where it's got like appetizers, soups and salads, you know, breads, main dishes, everything is divided. It's just like a really nice binder, but I almost wish that it wasn't so specifically for recipes and the kitchen. If they had just given us like a nice binder that you could use for photographs or for magazine articles, and like dividers where you actually just wrote whatever you were dividing the different categories on, I think I would have preferred that. And it looks like it's just like a D-ring binder, so you could definitely put more pages in there. So if I wanted to, I could use the binder for something else, but of course it is very kitchen specific with those utensils on the front. And then it's just got some more volume conversions on the back. I do like that, but again, this sort of like old school recipe book isn't something that I feel like we use a lot these days, because we have the internet at our fingertips and we can just, you know, call out and ask Alexa or Siri like what the conversion is from like tablespoons to cups or whatever it is. So for me, this is not like the best box, because they're just sort of like old school items that I won't necessarily use. Like it's just me and my husband, so I don't necessarily need to do like really in-depth meal planning because I don't have a whole family that I'm feeding. This recipe book is just kind of big and clunky, and usually I have most of my recipes like saved online. I do like the like sort of party supplies, the like disposable plates and cups, and I think that the little straws are really cute. I'm not sure if I'll actually use them or if I'm just gonna keep them stored until I need them. So probably like my favorite item in this box is honestly this wine tote, and even that I'm at home drinking wine by myself. So for me, this box hasn't been that great the last few times, but like I said, it's totally worth your money, and if it is something that you will find useful if you do a lot of entertaining, if you do a lot of gift giving, I definitely think that it's worth investigating and trying out for a few boxes. Let me know what you guys thought about this confetti collection. Let me know if you have like a bunch of recipe books, if you're really good about translating your recipes that you do find online or that you get in magazines onto actual recipe cards, if you would use a binder like this. And hopefully I will see you all very soon in my next unboxing.